Today's challenge is to get the cover sill removed from this Jaguar S Type. I want to remove the cover sill and inspect the metal underneath and the floor area. I know we're going to find some rust, but I just need to see the extent of it and what's required, what work is required. And also, I think there's been some welding done by a local garage, and I want to inspect that and see if it needs doing again. Now, the first thing is to get the vehicle jacked up and get it on stands and get the sill off. I'll get back to you when that's done. So we've got the vehicle up in the air now, got it on stands, and what we're met with plastic covers which have obviously been off in the past because they've got tie wires on, and the sill itself, you can see that there's only a couple of fixings being put in, and all the others are missing. Now, like, this cover is quite a big cover. It's held in with 10mm bolts. Generally, that one there is finger tight. So I'm going to get this off now. Get this off, and these are plastic. With these little screws here are fairly standard plastic fixings with a screwed insert. So I'll get them off and I'll show you how they go in. Most of them are missing anyway, so I'm going to have to order them. When you get work done by garages, you totally rely on them to do the job, but they're only going to do the bare minimum because there's time constraints and cost. They're trying to do it as cheaply as possible and within a least amount of time because they've got other work to do. So let's get this off and see what we're met with, and I'll get back to you. Right, I'm just going to show you where I'm up to now. I haven't got the sill cover off yet. It's mostly off, but not quite. Getting underneath the car. Look underneath the car, it's quite crusty in places. There's a hole there, see? Bit rust here. That hole, and there's another one down there. Now this is mostly off, this cover. It's mostly off, but they haven't been able to get the original screws back in, or they haven't had enough left over, and what they've done is they've put a screw in the end there, which I'm going to have to get out. But you can see the underneath, really, considering the car's age, it's 23 years old now. It's not bad, and I'm hoping that I'm just going to be able to put patches, because some of it is quite solid and bits of it, it's just, well, we'll see. Well, I'll get this cover off and then I'll get back to you. I don't want to take the wheel off, I just want to get this screw off. So I've got a little set there which I should be able to get in and get that out, and when it's off I'll get back to you. Marvellous. Right, this cover's off now. I'm quite surprised really, it's quite a decent job. They've done this, it's nice and solid, and it's quite neat. It's quite neat, and they've actually made an attempt to shape it. So the outer sill all the way along, apart from some surface rust here, it's good. There's where the patch has been. You can pretty much see where the patch has been along there, and there you can see some of the welding hasn't quite been rubbed down there. But that is solid. Now underneath is a different story. Let's move these tools. What I've got underneath, the chassis part of it's all in good nick. The floor's all new and in good nick. Got a hole there. See, there's a nasty hole there, and it's solid. The suspension part of it's solid there. the surface. That's that is the under sill. Oh, that, bloody hell. Oh, I would suggest that's pretty much cream crackers. Oh God, that's bad. And there's the petrol tank. That's really bad. Oh, how am I going to fix that? Oh, it's gone on the side as well. Oh dear. That's really, really bad. That's terminal. Oh, it's gone there too. That is terminal. Shit. I don't think I can fix that. Is that a part that you buy, or is it? That's a structural part of the vehicle. And there's the petrol tank. Plastic petrol tank. I don't think I can fix that. I think it's a scrapper. That's really bad. I've never, ever. That's holding the back axle up. How the hell would you fix that? I've got no idea how I would fix that. It's well and truly gone with the scooter. Has it gone on the side as well? Oh yeah, it's gone on the back there too. Oh, I don't even know how to do that. That's... what a... I don't even know how I'd go about fixing that. And if this side's like this, the other side's going to be the same. I'd have to take the exhaust off. I'd have to take the petrol tank down. All the suspension would have to come off. I'm sorry, but this is a scrapper. No wonder the tyre worn on the inside. It's probably been twisted as it's been going along. I wouldn't know where to start. That'd have to come off. That'd have to, that petrol tank would definitely have to come out. The exhaust would have to come off. All the covers, petrol tank would have to come off. The suspension arms would have to come off. These suspension arms, all the wheel and all this, have to jack the whole vehicle up. Wow. Let's have a look what else is wrong with it. I think that welding there was this last hurrah. Inner sill is knackered all the way along. Look at this. That's gone as well. See there. It's on there. inner sill is absolutely kaput. Wow, never seen a car that bad. I think that's repairable. That I can repair. That there is repairable. Definitely repairable. Yeah, there's life in that. But this, the chassis is okay. Oh, there goes the hope of doing this car as a rolling restoration. There's no chance of doing this as a rolling restoration. You have to strip all the back of the vehicle off just to get at it. The tank's got to come out. If it had only been a hole there, you know, I had a chance to. That's a monster of a structural part. If I can get the tank out, I could make that piece there. I can definitely make that piece out of a piece of metal and clean all that up. But that might be repairable there. I can repair that. But do I want to? It's gone again there, look. That's the new weld gone. I bet you if I took that panel off, they've just stuck a piece of metal over the top. You can see where it's been hammered into place there. They've just literally mullered it on. I reckon it's quite thick there, so I reckon that's just a piece stuck on. Don't feel any crustiness at the back there. So it's localised to this area. Now I know. I wonder if you can get that gone there. Oh well. That's the tank. The brackets are okay. They're the only two critical fixings there. That and that. That's just a bracket there. It fits in. It's a structural part. Can I fix this? Do I want to? How would I do it? There must be a part for this, They must make a part for that. Let's go and do some research. Okay, we've done enough poking and prodding now to come to a conclusion of this video. It needs an inner sill. Now, I'm not going to buy an inner sill because basically it's just an L-shaped piece of metal which I can make. It's all the way along. The floor panel itself is in good condition. The floor panels have the little bit of chassis leg here. This thing here needs some work. It's surface rust mostly. It's got a hole here and a hole over there, which I can repair. They're fairly localised. I've poked and prodded it to death, and I've come to that conclusion that it just needs a damn good clean, rust protection and pieces welding in there and then that'll do that. Okay, now the problem with this is this back part here. where the rear chassis subframe and everything bolts onto it. Now there's these, this and this. Now you can take, if you keep a jack under it and you keep it all under tension, you can actually just take that off and swivel it round. Okay, that's not a problem. The main problem here is we've got to drop the exhaust down and we've got to get the tank out. This is the petrol tank and the rust goes up the back here. So what I've got to do is I've got to make a piece all the way along here. This I'm welded in. The part where the subframe actually welds on is fairly solid. This part here is fairly solid. That there is solid. Now all I've got to do with this, I've got a little hole there which I think is localised. That there is localised. Now this here, this triangle shape here, I've got to take that out and make a new piece to weld on that. And it'll be about, probably, it's quite substantial, it's about 2 mil steel. It's not beyond my ability to fix it. It's just I've got to make a decision whether I want to do it. I'll have to repair their repair when I put it in the garage where they've repaired it. I'll probably just take that out and put a nice new piece in. I can see from here over there that it's gone in the same place. Now I've never seen anything like this as bad. The rest of the car up to now seems to be okay. It just needs the chassis pieces, you know, derusting, cleaning, maybe a few bushes. I know it needs a drop links and I know it needs a track rod ends in the back there. Okay, the tyre's gone here, so I know it needs the track rods doing. I think this now, I need to go away from it. I need to decide, am I going to fix this car? And then put it in a place in my drive where it's not going to move. I can, you know, I don't need to move it. And I can just go to it and do a bit at a time. Now the next video on this is, I think, is if I decide to fix it, is getting the petrol tank out. I need to drain it and get the petrol tank out because I can't weld that close to a plastic petrol tank. The rest of the car, I mean, it's got issues. I know the car's got issues, but the rest of the car is all repairable. This here, this part here is, I've got to decide whether I want to do that much work on this vehicle to keep it on the road. And I do like it. It's just, I've got another Jaguar, I've got the XK. So I've got to decide whether I want this vehicle enough to do that much work on it. There's no money involved really. I mean, this, I can make this out of 2 mil or maybe a bit, you know, I can go and buy a bit of plate if to put it in places if it needs it. That's not a problem. The sill is all flat on the bottom, so this piece here is just literally, you know, it's just a few bends and all the way along there it's just a flat piece with a bend in it all the way along. And then I've got a few patches to put on the front chassis. I would imagine both sides are going to be the same condition. In fact, that one probably looks a little bit worse from what I can see. No, it's the same. It's the same condition. So it just needs a decision. And I'm going to go away and I'm going to think about it. I'm going to pack my tools up now. And I'm going to just go and put my head in my hands for a bit and decide whether I want to spend a load of money and time on this vehicle. Okay. Thanks for watching, and well, wish me luck.